Hello, everybody. Welcome back. 'Tis the fourth out of five possible Jank Pack Thursdays in the month of May. Gotta love when we get five of them in a month. Last week, what do we have? Oh yeah, last week was the lovely combination of Power Rangers, which was fun, and 30-some-year-old gum that had been stuck to a card for about 30-some years. That was slightly less fun, at least for me. However, I've got a feeling this week is going to be different. Why I say that, could not tell you. Maybe it's just out of hope. We're going to shuffle, we're going to spin, and we're going to get into our little history fact for the day. So let us begin. On this day, May the 22nd, the year is 1992, so a little more recent. Johnny Carson ends his near 30-year run as the host of The Tonight Show as 50 million people watch his final episode, which surpassed the next highest watched episode from 1969, which was the wedding between Tiny Tim and Miss Vicky, which drew 45 million viewers. Coming up. Come on. What we got? All right. This one should be interesting. Thunderbirds Go. I know I got something not that long ago. I think from, I want to say Budget Rips. I got a couple packs of some different Thunderbird stuff, but this one's been around for a while, and I'm very curious. I hope you're curious as well. So, we will see you over at the table in just a moment. And here we are over at the table. We will go digging through everybody's favorite box, which it's been, what are we, 150 some odd episodes in, somewhere around there. And this box is still technically in one piece. How that is a thing, I could not tell you. But, that aside, sometimes it's best not to question things, otherwise you might get the answer. We are looking for the pack of, and I was incorrect, it wasn't, excuse me, it's not Thunderbirds Go, it's Thunderbirds Are Go. Oh, is that it? Oh, here he is. I spotted it. Thunderbirds Are Go. That's different from the Pro Set one that Budget Rip sent. Up you go. We have Thunderbirds Are Go. Okay, so the movie. Now, if memory serves, Thunderbirds was originally a British, I don't necessarily if you would call it science fiction or sci-fi TV show, maybe so. But I know this is a later one, the Thunderbirds Are Go. I think that was okay, so it's from the movie, and I think the movie was partially CGI, but we're going to find out in a few minutes to see what we can glean from the pack. Order the Thunderbirds movie trading cards binder. That's probably UK price, £19.99. Good God, that's a lot. Especially for back then. Do we have any sort of year? Ooh, wait, here we go. We have odds. 72 basic cards to collect. 9 Thunderbirds Go. Thunderbirds to the Rescue foil puzzle cards, 1 in 6. 9 Pretty in Pink foil puzzle cards, 1 in 6. 11 autograph cards. Let's go. That'd be cool. 4 costume cards. Okay, so we got all kinds of good stuff. Do not see any sort of year. Maybe. Copyright. Okay, tells me absolutely nothing. So, let us go in. Let's enjoy. Now, before we even get into it, I've seen clips of the old show. Never actually saw the show itself. How many are in here, by the way? 6. Okay. I've seen it. I've seen people reference it, but I've never actually seen it. Certainly, I've never seen the movie, but we're going to go in. We're going to find out just what we got. And I believe, if I'm correct, the Thunderbirds were the vehicles that they use. Okay, so we have, might be one of the puzzle cards. This is, what did that say, Command Center? Like everything else on Tracy Island, the library is big and impressive. Well then. Home to one of the world's largest collection of books, the library houses all kinds of literature, from fiction to non-fiction. Do love me a good library. I'm glad they're still around. Okay, so everything's upside down, so we're just going to turn that right there. All right, we've got the jungle. Okay, so it's not, maybe, might be. I think you might actually piece these together. We'll have to take a look. I'll take a look at the series. Beautiful shot, though. Let's see. Tracy Island is not only the home to the Tracy Villa, but also the Roundhouse. A large building home, to luxurious guest accommodation on the rare occasions when it is needed. Deep below lies the home of the Thunderbird 3, equipped with everything necessary to keep the craft in working order. The silo also houses a mini rail system on which the sofa? Yeah, the sofa used to transport the crew from the Tracy Villa to the rocket travels along. Now, if I remember, it was one of those things kind of like, the old shows with like the fireman's pole and you would slide down all of a sudden be costumed. I think this is something relatively similar, but again, I do not know much about it other than the very, very base thing. His rightful place. I like the cards. His rightful place. Back on Tracy Island, everyone celebrates with a barbecue. Let's go! In Jeff's office, Alan's portrait now hangs alongside his brother's as a fully fledged member of International Rescue. Thunderbirds Are Go. Still have not seen any indication of what year this is from. Ooh, we got a green. Well, let's go. Is green different? We're going to find out. That's a cool looking shot, though. Let's see if there's anything. System data, vehicle statistics. Renowned for its power and strength, Thunderbird 2 is the workhorse of the fleet. Piloted by Virgil Tracy, this massive green Leviathan, beautiful choice of words, by the way, carries International Rescue's vital heavy-duty engineering and life-saving equipment, including the versatile mini-sub Thunderbird 4. I always did hear that. Actually, the guys in Top Gear made a reference to that when they were doing something. They said, well, no matter what everybody thinks of, it was Thunderbird 2 that always did all of the work. Let's see, length, 150 feet, 110-foot wingspan, 60 feet in diameter. That's a big craft. 406 tons. Max speed, 5,000 miles per hour. Cruising speed, 2,000 miles per hour. Max altitude, 150,000 feet. That right there is a craft. That is cool. I'm wondering, hold on. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Let us check. Yoink. Yoink, 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 yoink. To the rescue. Plus random hand. Does not say anything about the green. Stated odds reflect on average. Huh. I do not know, but that is... I like the fact that it's green. Maybe it's just from, it's supposed to be like a view from the inside of it. We got... Oh, this font is not very good. Spying on the intruders. Oh, kids, what are you getting up to? In the Tracy compound, baffled that anyone was able to discover their secret lair, Alan, Tintin, and Fermet watch the Hood and his goons head to the main house. As soon as they are out of sight, that's the incorrect usage of sight, the three children head for Brain's laboratory. Is it Brain or is it Brian? But I'm fairly positive that is not the proper usage of sight there. And the final one, an anticlimax. That guy looks vaguely familiar from the profile, but I'm not 100% sure. If anybody knows who that is, please let me know. I'm honestly not sure. The Hood manages to leave Tracy Island in Thunderbird 2. Celebrations are cut short as Jeff realizes that the Thunderbirds still have work to do. It is now in Alan's hands to stop the Hood carrying out his plan to rob the Bank of England. This is the one, I think obviously, beginning in whenever it was, 96 or 99, when Doctor Who was brought back to prominence when Christopher Eccleston took it over, and that's what really made it popular in the Western audiences, in America. I dare say Doctor Who is probably the only British sci-fi show that I'm familiar with. I'm a big fan of Doctor Who, really like it. Although I do have to say the writing in the past couple of seasons, it hasn't been good. And I think I was speaking with a friend of mine about it, and she said, well, Disney Disney now has a stake in it. It's like, and it almost seems like they're trying to make it more for kids. But either way, Thunderbirds, I think, is a show, especially the original one from the mid-60s, I want to say. Something I want to check out because there's a lot going on other than the base information that I've picked up from various TV shows and whatnot. Like I say, I knew Thunderbird 2 was the heavy lifter due to, I think it was James May from Top Gear saying something. But that's fun, and I'm going to figure out who that is if I haven't put it up there already. Bing, or not. Potential TTM fuel. And now we move on to the community shout-out, and this time we're going back to the Watch Hour game. It's my good friend and yours, the autograph fisherman John Burgess. He is on the push to get his 4,000 watch hours. He's been running lives, running big premieres. He has playlists, so if you're not subbed to John, link to him will be down below. Please make sure to go sub him up, and let's watch a bunch of stuff. Let's get him to the 4K. We've been having some good luck getting a lot of members in this community to those big milestones, and I really love to see it, and I really hope it continues. And now, ¿dónde está the box? There it is. Now it's time for some fun, because if you guys haven't noticed, I kind of rotate the packs, the little hunt packs, over and over, and sometimes I forget what comes in what order. We're going back to the Lost Caverns of Ixalan, and we're going to find a character card. I know not that long ago, Julie Farnham pulled the Wayne Knight, Dennis Nedry card out of one of the packs that she had. It's like, okay, there is hope. So that, you know what that means? There's hope for the Goldblum. That's what we're going for. We're going for the Goldblum. We're going for Sam Neill. We're going for anybody. I just want me some Jurassic Park crossover things. Here we go. We got our little helper card with, the different tokens that you can add to let people know. Finality is, I believe, if the creature dies, instead of going to the graveyard, it goes into exile. So, let's go in, fingers crossed, and let's get some dinosaur action. Well, that's a great one to start off with. That is a beautiful art card. And that is Ogier Pakpatik, Deepest Epoch. Try saying that 1 time fast. There we go. Beautiful land. I love these. Hidden Volcano, 4 and a mountain. Sacrifice Hidden Volcano, discover 4. Basically what that means right there, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card with mana value 4 or less. Cast it without paying its mana cost, or put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom in a random order. I have dealt with some Discover decks that they get out of hand very quickly because all of a sudden, like, these massive cards are coming out and they don't have to worry about paying anything, and it can get overwhelming right quick. The Burning Sun Cavalry, a human knight, 2/2. Here we go. Ooh. Oh, that's a cool looking guy. The Marauding Brine Fang. We got a dinosaur, but it is not the crossover because that would be the Jurassic Park head. We've got the Panicked Altosaur. Well, at least we're getting some good dinosaurs. It does have reach, which means it can block both land-based creatures and flying creatures. They come in very nice and handy. Man, it's like dinosaur after dinosaur, but no crossover. The Soaring Sandwing. Look at that head. Is that stuff written? I can't tell. Focus. Yeah, it looks like that's like runes and stuff on her. When he enters, gain 3 life. Plains cycling means you pay 2, discard this, and then you pull a Plains card from your library. We've got the Armored Kin Color. I've seen this guy before, and it is quite adorable looking. It is a dinosaur, but it is wearing armor, so you can't really tell what kind it is. Canonized in Blood. At the beginning of the Descended, if a permanent card was put into your graveyard from everywhere. Okay, so if a card goes into your graveyard, if you have this out there, put a 1/1 counter on a random creature that you have. We've got a legendary card. This is Bartolome del Presidio, a legendary creature, Vampire Knight, and that is just a beautiful looking card. Sacrifice another creature artifact, put a 1/1 plus 1/1 counter on him. Did we see I haven't seen a rare yet, I don't think. Well, maybe it's coming up. We've got the Malicious Eclipse. All creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. I like those kind of cards. Ooh, that is a nice one. I like the showcase variants of the Earthshaker Dreadmaw. See, I was wondering what that was. That is a ship, a galleon. that he is eating, and that is a 6/6 creature with trample, which means if you block it and it doesn't have enough, it's going to do damage to you and then continue on to do the rest of its damage to the player. Here we go. We've got our rare. It's a braided net artifact. Enters with 3 net counters on it. Remove a counter, and then after that, it turns into... the braided Kipu. I believe that's how it'll be pronounced. Draw a card for each artifact you control. All right, so if you have an artifact deck, that's going to get out of hand right quick. And our final card, we've got a foil Acrobatic Leap. That dinosaur burb is just not even remotely aware of what is going on. Target creature gains +1/+3 and gains flying. Untap it. That's handy if you need to block something. Again, a ton of dinosaurs. And I am all for the dinosaurs. Especially that one. The Earthshaker Dreadmaw is a beautiful card. But, alas, once again, we have been the skunked on searching for the Goldblum. But what can you do? I still have a bunch more packs of it to go. And I swear, one day, we're going to pull some sort of character card. Hopefully the Goldblum, but it doesn't matter. I just want more of the Jurassic Park crossover stuff. So that is going to do it for this week's Jank Pack Thursday. Link to John down below. He's pushing for the 4K watch hours. We had the Thunderbirds Are Go, which was a fun little thing, and now it gives me something to see if I can track down to watch over the weekend. But speaking of that, coming up tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. on her channel, Julie Farnham and I are resuming our battles. So 6:30 her time, 6:30 her channel. That's what I'm talking about. 7 o'clock my channel, and it's going to be a good one. So look for that. Stay tuned for that. Continue to support the community. Let's all grow together. Thank you to everybody over in the chat. Always appreciate you, and hope you have a great rest of the week. We will see you next time.